Good morning, children. This is our grade 5 science video class. Today we are going to see about activities for our science lesson 6 to 10. What is our sixth lesson? Rocks and minerals. In our sixth lesson, in page number 48 in our book, they given about visit to rock garden. So now we are going to visit rock garden in Chandigarh. The rock garden of Chandigarh is a sculpture garden in Chandigarh, Haryana, India. It is also known as Neckchand's Rock Garden after its founder Neckchand Sanai, a government official who started the garden secretly in his spare time in 1957. Today, it is spread over an acre of 40. It is completely built from industrial and home waste and discarded items. The rock garden sits near Shukhana Lake. It consists of man-made interlinked waterfalls and many other sculptures that have been made of scrap and other kind of waste such as bottles, glasses, bangles, tiles, ceramic pots, sinks, electrical weights, broken pipes like that, which are placed in walled paths. Now we are going to see famous monuments in India which are made up of different kinds of rocks. Taj Mahal. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan built this mausoleum for his darling wife Mumtaz Mahal. This Taj Mahal was made up of 28 different types of semi-precious stones and different kinds of marbles. It's located in Agra. Red Fort. The Red Fort is the most popular and important of the forts in India. It was constructed under the leadership of Shah Jahan and since then has been home to various noble kings. Today, the Red Fort is important landmark and is used for the Prime Minister's addresses to the nation on Independence Day. Red Fort is made up of red sandstone. It is located in Delhi. Qutb Minar. This 240-foot monument is Delhi's crown jewel. Standing tall, the tower was built by Qutbuddin Aibak and his successors. The magnificent tower has balconies. Qutb Minar is made using red sandstone and marble. Qutb Minar is located in Delhi. Humayun's tomb. Humayun's tomb was one of the earliest construction of the Mughal emperor. The tomb is famous for its red sandstone and impeccable geometrical shape. Humayun's tomb is located in Delhi. Agra Fort. Agra Fort was originally built in 1080 AD. In 1573 AD, Akbar rebuilt this Agra Fort. Since then, the Agra Fort has gained immense popularity and is one of the best monuments to visit in India. The structure of Agra fort is fabulous with intricate artwork on its sandstone and marble walls. Fatehpur Sikri. Fatehpur Sikri is made up of red sandstone. It is located in Fatehpur Sikri city. Golden Temple. The gorgeous Golden Temple. The lower level of temple has gorgeous marble floors and walls with animal and flower prints on them. Golden Temple is located in Punjab. Mamleshwar Temple, Jamma Masjid, Konark Sun Temple, Khajuraho Group of Monuments, Sanchi Stupa, Gateway of India, Jantar Mandir, Hampi, Charminar, Gol Gumba. These are the India's most visited monuments are spread across the country, made up of different kinds of rocks. Children, listen. In our 6th lesson, we studied about fuels also, isn't it? So, fuel means in Tamil, Eriporul. What are that? Petroleum. It's one of the famous fuel, isn't it? So, how to conserve fuels? Nowadays, we are hearing news about to conserve fossil fuels, isn't it? Why we have to use those fossil fuels wisely? Coal, petroleum, and natural gases are fossil fuels. They have been in existence for millions of years. Many people use these fuels as an energy sources. However, fossil fuels are non-renewable. What is meant by the word non-renewable? திரும்ப கொண்டு வர முடியாது. If these resources are depleted, கம்மி ஆயிடுச்சுனா, they will never be available again. திரும்ப கொண்டு வரவே முடியாது. It is therefore important to conserve fossil fuels. Conserve means what? Save. Using alternative sources of energy when possible. Do you understand, children? So we should not waste our petrol, whatever that, electricity, water, everything we should not waste. We have to use them wisely. That means புத்திசாலித்தனமாக வேஸ்ட் பண்ணவே கூடாது. Do you understand, children? Now we are going to see few tips how to save our fuels, petroleum. How to conserve fuel in vehicles. See, listen, children. Here I given point by point. We are going to see one by one. See, first point is drive less. What is meant by that? So for small distance and all, we are using vehicles. It should be avoided. So drive less and plan your trip before starting that. Okay. Then second one, accelerate with care and minimize the use of brakes. What is meant by that? We should not apply brake often. That means we have to drive smoothly. So when the smooth driving will come, when we are confident in our driving, we can drive smoothly. So we have to learn to drive wisely. So third one, turn off your vehicle in slow traffic at traffic signals. So if the traffic is heavy or any traffic jam occur, it is better to turn off your vehicle in order to save our fuel. Okay. Then fourth one, use AC sparingly. What is meant by the word sparingly? Kuraiva, kammiya. Okay. So it is not that AC is not giving the good air condition. It is better to use the natural air. So use your AC sparingly. Then fifth one, encourage carpooling. As we know, our share auto system, the same way carpooling systems. So many passengers can use the same car. Okay, then sixth one, use electric powered car. That means what? So nowadays in market many battery powered vehicles are available, so we can use such vehicles also. So seventh one, use public transport system. So it is better to use public transport system and be safe. Saving petroleum is very much important. So save fuel for next generation. That means what? அடுத்த தலைமுறைக்காக சேர்த்து வைங்க. If you use all the sources now itself, what our next generation will use. So save fuel for our next generations. Now we are going to see activity for our lesson 7, animals around us. Now we are going to visit zoo in Tamil Nadu. Okay children, the first one is Kurumampatti Zoological Park. The Kurumampatti Zoological Park is a mini zoo situated in the foothills of the Servarayan Hills. What is my foothills? Adivaram. Servarayan Hills means what? Erkadu Adivarathula irukku. 10 kilometer from Salem. Okay. It was set up in 1981 as a small museum. Okay. Now it is very vast. Okay children. Interior walking in this zoo gives a good forest experience to you. If it is possible, visit this Kurumampatti Zoological Park. Arinyar Anna Zoological Park, also known as the Vandalur Zoo, is a zoological garden located in Vandalur, is in the southern west part of the Chennai, 30 kilometers away from the central Chennai. Children, if you visit Vandalur Zoo, you will love the experience of watching wildlife in their natural habitat. The Madras Crocodile Park. The motto of the Madras Crocodile Park is to promote the conservation of reptiles and amphibians and their habitats through education, scientific research and breeding. Children, if you visit Madras Crocodile Park, you can see varieties of crocodiles over there. VOC Park and Zoo. VO Sidamranar Park and Zoo is a zoological garden and amusement park located in Coimbatore. As of 2013, the park houses around 890 animals, including 335 birds, 106 mammals and 54 reptiles. So don't miss to visit VOC Park at Coimbatore. Vellore Amirthi Zoological Park. Amirthi Zoological Park is a zoo in Vellore district. It is opened in 1967 and is about 25 kilometers from the Vellore city. The area of the park is 25 hectares and we can find a beautiful waterfalls there. Like this, many zoological parks are there in our Tamil Nadu. Visit and enjoy. Now we are going to see our lesson 8, our skeletal and muscular system. Look children, this is our biology lab. See children, this is our science lab. Here we are going to see about our skeletal system. Okay, so what is this? Skeleton, isn't it? So what is this? This is what? Skull, isn't it? Skull. See, this is upper jaw and this is lower jaw, isn't it? So upper jaw is fixed one and whereas the lower jaw is movable, isn't it? See here the holes, isn't it? Here only your sockets, we call these holes as sockets. What will be situated here? Eyes, then nose and here, okay? Then this is what? Neck bones are there, isn't it? Neck bones. Then here, what we call this cage-like structure? Rib cage, isn't it? Rib cage. And look at this, ribs, 12 pairs of ribs are jointed. This we call it as what? Sternum, isn't it? This we call it as sternum. Okay, then here this one we call the floating ribs, isn't it? See, look at this, it's like a cage, isn't it? See, circular structure inside this only. What will situated inside this? Our heart and lungs will situated here, isn't it? So it's like a cage, that's why we called it as rib cage. Okay, rib cage. See, what is this? Arm, forearm, isn't it? Our hand, we call it as forearm. The upper bone is called as humerus, isn't it? And this one, what? 2 ribs, radius and ulna, isn't it? Radius and ulna, radius, ulna, humerus, radius and ulna. And these are our finger bones. See here the joints. See, look closely. These are, actually this is not a real skeleton. Okay. This is made up of plaster of Paris, a chemical. When that Vinayagar Chavuthi and all, we made Vinayagar statues, no? The white color cement like thing that is we called as plaster of Paris. The same chemical only we used to make this one. Okay, it's not a real skeleton. Moreover, we can't get the real skeleton like this. See, look at these joints. Actually, these joints are jointed with the help of the stings. See, are you noticing it clearly? The stings are here. Actually, what will be there in our body to join the bones together? What will be there? Ligaments and tendons will be there to join the muscles with the bones, isn't it? Ligaments and tendons will be there. But here it's absent. So, really, we can't get a skeleton like this. If somebody did, buried under the soil also, the bones, we may get all these bones, but not jointed like this. Separate bones. No joints will be there. Here in skeleton, we jointed with the help of some strings. Okay? Okay, we come to the lesson. Okay, this is humerus and it is radius and ulna. Okay? Okay, what kind of joint we can observe here? Gliding joint. We studied, no? Gliding joint. Okay? Then, here, see, look at this. Our backside, triangle shaped bone here in our shoulder bone. Isn't it? Shoulder bone. The triangle shaped bone. Isn't it? Pectoral girdle. We call this as pectoral girdle. Isn't it? See, look at this ball and socket joint. Ball and socket joint, shoulder bone. Isn't it? So, here, see, in skull, if you notice it carefully, you can see that joints. Isn't it? See, actually, it's made up of plaster of Paris, but in our original skull, the 22 bones, it's jointed together, it gives the skull. Okay? Then, look here, in down, we have the bone. This we called it as what? Pelvic girdle. Okay, this is pelvic girdle. And this is what? Lengthiest bone in our body is, we studied, no? What is that? Lengthiest bone. Femur. This is what? Femur. Okay? Then, this one. And this two bones. Okay? Two bones are here, no? What it is? It is fibula and tibia. Fibula and tibia. Fibula and tibia. And these are the fingers, toes. Isn't it? So, here also it's a gliding joint. Here also we have gliding joints. Okay? And at back side, okay? See, what is this? Vertebrae. 33 vertebrae. Starting from the neck, 33 vertebrae we have. Isn't it? What is safeguarded by the vertebrae? Spinal cord, main nerve. Isn't it? The main nerve, spinal cord is safeguarded inside the vertebrae. Clear, children? So, we studied about skeletal system. Look, children, what is this? Brain, human brain model. Okay? See, here, so this, are you able to see all the sides? See? Are you watching the pink color part? Cerebrum, cerebellum, and that white one is what? Medulla. Okay? See? Here, are you able to see the ridges in the big brain? Okay? So, to study the inner parts of the brain, we can separate it. This is a model only, so we can separate it. And notice the inner part. Here also they mentioned what are the parts are here. They given numbers like this. Okay, they mentioned some numbers. So by seeing the numbers here and here, we can match and see what are the parts. Okay, look at this. I separated these two things. Okay. Cerebrum, cerebellum, and what is this? Medulla. Clear, children? Cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla. Okay, this medulla only we called brain stem. Here from the continuation of this medulla only the spinal cord. Okay, the spinal cord only safeguarded inside the vertebrae. Okay, cerebrum, big brain, cerebellum, small brain, and medulla, brain stem. Okay. See, this we call it as horizontal section. We section it like this, no? So this we call it as horizontal section. See, again I am fixing that. Clear, children? Okay, like, are you clear about the brain? See, look, children, this we called as specimens. Okay, it's kept in a chemical solution, which is this. What is inside? No, it's a real brain only. Okay, so this. Are you able to watch that? Okay, goat's brain. Okay, see cerebrum and downside. Will you able to notice that? In this is what? Okay, my thumb finger is cerebrum, and where I kept my ring finger is cerebellum. Isn't it? And that here, what is this? Medulla, brain stem. Okay? Are you noticing it clearly? Okay? So this setup we called it as specimens. Okay? Specimens.
Dear children, we learned about sense organ in our lesson 9, the nervous system. Isn't it? What are the sense organs? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. Isn't it? See, imagine you are in a dark and quiet room. You can't hear anything and you can't see anything. You feel very helpless. Isn't it? This is how Helen Keller lived from the time when she was just 2 years old. Some illness occurred in her stomach and brain. This illness made her deaf and blind throughout her long life. Helen Keller was one of the first women and a fine human being who turned her misfortunes into a successful life. Helen Keller, inspired by her parents and teachers' support, she made a wonderful history by writing her own colorful autobiography along with many other books and articles. Contrast to her physical ability, she lived a vibrant life by traveling most of the places in this world. Her positive and dynamic life becomes strong motivation resource for both healthy and specially disabled human individuals. So listen, dear children, be strong and brave. We can do wonders in this world. Okay? Confidence make everything in life successful. Now we are going to see our lesson 10, force, work and energy. Here we are going to learn about saving electricity. Now we are going to see some tips how to save electricity in our home. Turn off unnecessary lights. Better buy LED bulbs. Use natural light. It minimizes your current bill and it gives you vitamin B and fresh feelings. Use task lighting. Turn off ceiling lights and use table lamps, track lighting and under counter lights in work and hobby areas as well as in kitchens. Switch off water heaters when it is unnecessary because water heaters utilize more electricity, so use it wisely. Buy electronic goods which is good in saving electricity. Don't open your refrigerator often. This may increase the uses of electricity. So, plan before you open the fridge what should you taken out from the fridge. Use your washing machine always in full load, which is minimize our electricity. So children, be brave and be good and save your electricity being a good citizen. Thank you children.